Oxygen therapy reverses girl's brain injury. A 2-year-old girl has recovered from severe brain injury after nearly dying from a drowning incident at her Arkansas home last year. On February 29, 2016, Eden Carlson fell into the family pool and remained submerged for 15 minutes. Her heart stopped beating, and though she was eventually revived, she had also sustained significant brain injury. After the accident, the toddler lost muscle control and the ability to walk and speak. She would not respond to commands and could only squirm and shake her head. Doctors decided to wake up the girl's brain using oxygen and started normobaric oxygen treatments delivered at sea level pressure twice a day for 45 minutes at a time. The results were immediate. She stopped squirming and was able to move her arms and hands more, and partially regained her ability to speak and feed herself. The girl was moved to a hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber in New Orleans, where pure oxygen was administered at 2 to 3 times the pressure of a normal room. Once absorbed into the bloodstream, the oxygen triggered tissue repair and reduced swelling in the brain. Just 40 sessions later, damage in the toddler's brain had been reversed almost completely. Although miraculous, the little girl's case is but one instance where such therapy has worked, and further studies are needed to determine whether the treatment would be successful in other patients. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Keep watching for more brain breakthroughs. Back from the grave. Trials of a groundbreaking medical project that will attempt to bring the dead back to life are about to begin. Scientists will conduct trials on patients who have been declared clinically dead from a traumatic brain injury. The brain will be injected with stem cells and amino acids and undergo laser and nerve stimulation that has been shown to temporarily raise awareness in patients in comas. The brain will be monitored for signs of regeneration, especially the upper spinal cord, which controls independent breathing and heartbeat. Scientists conducting the trials cite the ability of animals to repair parts of their nervous systems. Fish and amphibians, such as salamanders, are particularly adept at regenerating neural tissue after injury. Trials involving 20 patients who are on life support machines are set to begin in India in July. Facebook wants to get inside your head. If Facebook is the future, then you can bet it's going to be filled with some pretty nifty brain control technology. Plans for the new tech were unveiled during the group's annual F8 conference in San Jose, California. Facebook's research group Building 8 is developing a silent speech interface, so users will be able to type with their brains via non-invasive sensors. The technology will tap into the brain's speech center, decoding brain waves and feeding them directly to a computer. The goal is to create a system capable of typing 100 words per minute. Facebook is also working on a project to allow people to hear through their skin. An electronic device will administer frequencies in different patterns on the forearm. Users feel it and decipher the word based on the pattern. Both projects have a 2-year deadline. However, the Skin Hearing Initiative has yet to establish an end goal and is not as advanced as the brain-computer interface. For tech that's not so out of reach, there's Facebook Spaces, a new VR app that's just been released on beta for the Oculus Rift. The platform allows for hangouts in virtual reality space. Users can pull in outside content from across the internet, making for a fascinating yet also slightly bizarre experience.
Man's paralyzed limb reanimated with the help of a brain chip. A team from Ohio has made a medical breakthrough, successfully developing technology that allows brain signals to bypass a spinal injury and transmit straight to the muscles. When Ian Burkhart broke his neck 4 years ago, it damaged his spinal cord and left him paralyzed from the chest down. He retained some movement in his shoulders and biceps, but lost sensation in his hands and legs. To help him, doctors inserted a chip the size of an eraser head into his motor cortex, the area of the brain that controls hand movements. The chip records brain signals for specific hand movements and sends these to a computer via a port on the back of Burkhart's head. Once the signals are decoded, they're transmitted to an arm sleeve studded with electrodes. The electrodes stimulate the muscles and allow them to move. The system, called NeuroLife, has allowed Burkhart to make 6 different hand and wrist motions. It marks the first time a paralyzed man has been able to regain movement using recorded brain signals.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Paralyzed monkeys walk again with brain implants. Paraplegics may soon regain use of their legs now that scientists have created an implant that proves effective in primates. In a spinal cord injury, brain signals are unable to reach the neurons that activate movement, often resulting in paraplegia. But Swiss researchers have found a way to bypass this, successfully restoring movements in paralyzed monkeys. The team developed an interface that uses 2 wireless implants, a sensor in the brain, and a nerve stimulator near the spinal injury. The sensor picks up brain signals commanding leg movement and transmits them to a computer. The computer decodes the signals and sends them to the second implant in the spine. From there, pulses of electricity are released to stimulate certain nerves. This in turn triggers muscles in the leg, enabling it to move and flex. The researchers plan to apply the technology to improve human lives, but say it may take several more years to achieve.